I got my first paid clutter clearing Stuffology. Well, I wasn't calling it Stuffology then, but I got my first clutter clearing job when I was 19 years old. And then this other gal started to hire me too. Her name was, I'll call her Rose, okay? And Rose hired me because she had was starting fresh, and she had left a relationship and got this like amazing, condo in a high rise. This is in downtown Sacramento, and she asked for my help to help her get all settled in, and I was happy to do so. And so I'd go over, and so I went over and I helped her organize everything and get settled into her new place. And then she started calling me, she'd call me back and she'd be like, "Can you come over and do your magic again? Things are getting kind of a little bit disorganized." And I said, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So I would go over and do my magic and and things were really like disorganized, and I would sort it all out and get everything organized, and she'd be at work and she'd come home and her place would be like amazing, right? Well, this kept going on and on, so like I kind of became like on a regular schedule with her where I was going over like every 2 to 3 weeks to just tidy up and organize and get her systems back in place. And what I realized was that her place was really organized, but it was organized for me, not for her, right? And as I've gone on and on throughout the years of doing now what I call my work as Stuffology with people, I am realizing that the work that I did with Rose was like what I knew how to do at the time, but it really wasn't. Like, it was really about my systems and applying them in her place. And she loved it because things got tidy and looked great, but they didn't stay that way. And what I would never do that now with a client. And it's kind of like the same thing of like when we go to Target or we go to some place that has, that sells stuff, and we buy like the organizing closet system, or we buy like the gadgets to organize our spices or our this or that. I don't know how much that makes for like real sense, because like we're basically buying a system that somebody else created from their paradigm, from who they are, from what makes sense to them, and then we think that like we should apply that system to our own lives, right? And that we should fit into that, right? The journey then becomes, how do you figure out what your space really, really looks like and feels like, and the systems that make sense to you and who you are in your own home, right? And it's not a hard thing to do, but it takes a different level of inquiry and a different level of question asking that we don't normally see in the clutter clearing and organizing world, right? So I'm sharing all this with you because I'm starting a new journey with people, and it's called Sanctuary. And it's going to be a 6-week journey, and the class is going to be online. And I would love for you to take this journey with me if you are feeling curious and wondrous about what your systems are and about how you organize your space to you and not to someone or something else, and how to like fall in love with the home that you live in, how to have it represent who you are. For more information about this course, you can head to my website, NicoleKincaid.com/courses. And again, the course is called Sanctuary, and I'd love to have you join me for it. It's going to start on Thursday, August 19th.